Introducing the KTM 700RR. It's a 690 Enduro 2014, so it's the last of the non-ABS. It's got a pile of modifications to it. This bike's been built up specifically to do long distance travel unsupported. It's done 2 trips across Australia through the centre and has performed faultlessly. Pile of things done to it, so I'll take you through them from the beginning. Starting up front, it's running the hard kits rally tower, replicates the 450 tower off the factory race bikes. It runs radio with a push to touch system on the left hand grip that connects to the Center 10S, which can then Bluetooth to your helmet. It picks up the GPS as well. This is set up with a Montana 650 cradle, heated grips as well, and as I mentioned, radio fixed on there. Up on that tower you'll see charging ports, 2 dual UPSs which are switched, and gives you voltage as well for charging kit when you've stopped. Front and rear brake pads mounted to the side there. It's running fork air bleeders, full LED indicators the whole way around, rally lights with LED bulbs in them, and that's the rally tower. As I move through it, it's running the hard bike guards with integrated mirrors. The great thing with them is they just flick away really simply for off-road use when you don't want to break them. So simple system. Scott steering damper. It's got the aluminium front plate for the key removal system. And of course the front tower's mounted through that triple tree. It's got the vibration dampers as part of the integration there with the Scott steering damper. And it's also running the KTM map, so it's set up to run performance map and wet map. As you can see, it's running the Oxford heated grips on the bars. KTM billet fuel caps for the 2 front saddlebag tanks and the rear, with the modified aluminium fuel entry plate there, as opposed to the horrible plastic one that fills up with mud. It's got gear shift extension because it's running the low pipe. You can see the heat shrouding on the low pipe, so no damage to boots. It's got the large plate on the foot peg, crankcase protector as well as a set of aluminium billet, hard pedals for when you're standing all day, riding deserts, etc. Much nicer on the feet. Aquapovic pipe. It's running the Dolby Moto pannier racks, which sit slightly further forward under the rider's legs. It gets the weight further forward for your luggage. It's running the B&B rear rack, which is a piece of carpet on there just to stop things rubbing. It's currently got a Krieger bag on it. You'll see the antenna on the rear as well, which is connected to the radio up front. Gives you about 10 kilometers transmission. Integrated tail light system into the B&B rack, again all fabricated one-offs, or 2-offs actually. 2 of these bikes were built. You've got the Scott's rear shark fin to protect the disc. Both the front and rear suspensions have been upgraded, modified. This is also running a manual preload adjuster for changing the rear preload as you either change fuel loads or change luggage loads. 3 tanks on this, the rear plus the 2 front saddlebags. The front and rears are isolated by that switch. You can easily adjust that while moving. The reason for that is to keep weight in the rear when you're in sand and burn out the front load of fuel first. Dual pedal on this for the brake means you've got a standing and sitting different heights. Up in the carbon fibre Kevlar bash pan is the factory carry box, which carries the tubes for replacements when you're out moving. The other part with this bike is it's running ultra heavy duty tubes in it at the moment. Fuel tank has been moved into this front tank, which means getting to the fuel pump. Sorry, the fuel pump's been moved to this front tank from the rear tank. Means it's really easy to get to if you've got to service it or replace it. The sale also includes a spare fuel pump. Other things of note, it is running the Touratech 10mm higher ultra comfort seat, which is fantastic, super comfortable. Other bits and pieces, you'll see the regulator has been relocated to the front for better cooling. That's a must on these bikes when you're doing big miles. Tie down points on the forks for easy transportation. On this side of the tower you've got a USB, it's a cigarette charger, and which is switched from the other side. You've got spare brake and clutch levers. Down here on the side of the front fairing you've got a spare gear shifter as well. So set up as a replica of the factory race bikes, but obviously using the 690. This bike's had the auto cam adjusters replaced with manuals because they're more reliable. It's been serviced regularly by Phil Parrish Motorcycles. Phil knows his bikes really well, does a great job on servicing them. As I mentioned, front fork springs have been increased in weight to carry the load of the fuel, etc. And obviously adjustments to the valving to work with that as well. I'll just stop this, take the seat off and continue.